Timotheus Gordon Jr., and I am a autistic self-advocate, creator of the blog The Black Autist, and proud member of Chicago Disability Activism Collective, or CDAC. We are a collective of disability-friendly organizations throughout the Chicagoland area, fighting for local and basic rights, such as transportation, accessible buildings, and a fair Illinois budget that enables people with disabilities to continue to gain access to essential programs, such as home care services. Now today, we experience two important events. On a celebratory note, this is International Day of Acceptance. Started in 2010 to honor Annie Hopkins, one of the 3E Love founders. Today is where we do not mourn disability, dread disability, and fear disability. International Day of Acceptance is about celebrating disability culture, disability acceptance, and achievements in the disability community. It's about our allies who promote what we do and who we are as human beings, not our diagnosis. Today is also a chance for us to reflect on our leaders, icons, and freedom fighters who paved the way for a thriving, independent, and proud disability community. Those are the people we should thank for making laws that protect and serve our community possible, such as ADA and Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA. However, today is also a cloudy day in history, just like this day in Chicago. Today is the first day of the new president, Donald J. Trump, the same president who mocked and humiliated a reporter with a disability, all because of a quote he did not like. Yes, it's the same Trump, along with Congress, who wants to eliminate the Affordable Care Act without a replacement. In fact, just hours after the inauguration, Trump already signed an executive order that would pave the way for the repeal. Should they succeed, not only 11 million disabled Americans will lose health care benefits, but they will also die. Will we stand for a president who mocks the disability community and wants us dead? His choices for cabinet positions felt no better. For instance, we have a future head of Department of Education who not only doesn't know what IDEA is, but also thinks that IDEA should be a state matter. Sorry to break the news, but IDEA is federal. All states must and will ensure top quality education for people with disabilities in public and private schools. No exceptions. Let's see, then we have the former senator from Alabama who thinks, in quotes, "We have created a complex system of federal regulations and laws that have created lawsuit after lawsuit, special treatments for certain children, and that are a big factor in accelerating in the decline in civility and discipline in classrooms all over America." I say that very sincerely. Translation, our potential new Attorney General thinks that IDEA makes students with disabilities more spoiled and uncontrollable. Might as well call us savages. Accommodations under IDEA are not privileges, they are human rights. IDEA helps us lean towards a more independent adulthood and a better shot at employment and entrepreneurship. Without idea, we won't have the tools to advocate for ourselves and our community after we're done in high school. Will we stand for a president supporting people who don't know or care why ADA and IDEA are important for students with disabilities? Also consider Trump's pick to lead a CDC study on vaccine safety. RFK Jr. is an anti-vaxxer who thinks the CDC deliberately gave autism to black boys for vaccines. Great Britain already proved that autism happens, whether the child is vaccinated or not. Therefore, autism is not caused by a magical syringe. But we stand for a president who is so scared of autism that he is trusting an unqualified person to basically convince us to get sick and perish rather than catch the autism. Instead of witnessing the new administration making the push to slash and burn our rights and freedom, we ought to unite and fight for our right to live, our right to be included in any endeavor, our right to succeed. International Day of Acceptance can be the spot for you to join in. My fellow members of the disability community, now is the time to speak out against the planned injustices that the Trump administration has in store for us. You don't have to just march and holler. Use blogging and social media to your advantage. Make your creative art a weapon for protecting the disability community. Build relationships with disabled activists and allies from any walks of life, regardless of gender, who you love, race, religion, political stance, or neighborhood/area you're from. Urge your power players and politicians in your area to support disability rights, lives, and justice. Allies, you can also join us. When called upon, help yourself advocate, fight for the disability community, whether it's through communicating with key community leaders for them, marching for them, or encouraging advocacy organizations and liberation movements to be accessible and inclusive to disabled freedom fighters. If advocacy organizations and liberation movements do not make actions accessible and inclusive to the disability community, and if they don't allow the disability community to speak out against the Trump administration, then they are just as despicable and ableist as the president we're fighting against. We're facing cloudy times, but if we unite and fight for the disability community, we will be victorious in pushing for an administration that will be disability friendly and not create laws that will threaten our livelihood. We will survive and advance. Thank you, and Godspeed.